Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be sharing some tips and tricks on making your art look like this, and not this. I know it may look pretty easy drawing in the style of manga, but once you start drawing, you start to feel the gap between your work and a professional manga's work. But don't worry, because in this video we will uncover all the secrets of manga and make you the next Tatsuki Fujimoto. And before we get started, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing since it's free and it gives me motivation. Onto the video. Okay, so I think the first mistake I made when trying to draw in the style was not adding enough depth to my drawing. Try not to always leave your drawings too flat. Just because you're not using colour doesn't mean you ignore giving your art tonal work. I know this seems simple, but this mistake is always happening and I see lots of works with this problem, so hear me out. In the manga style, you'll see that a lot of art uses hatching and cross-hatching to present a tonal range in the drawings. Some will hatch messier and some will hatch more neatly, but it's up to you. Don't be afraid to hatch just because it seems messy. I recommend not using any rulers or anything, and just get used to hatching freehand to make your art look more organic, like the panels shown here. Next, I want to talk about line art. I think there's a misconception of manga using really thick lines, but this isn't the case. Sure, many lines are thick, but the line weight actually varies. As you can see here, the lines vary in thickness, which leads on to the next point, screen tone. Tone is a major aspect of the manga art style, and may seem alien to you, and possibly daunting to use. But believe me, screen tone is very easy to use digitally. In this example, screen tone is effectively used to show the shadows on the character's face. But remember, screen tone mustn't be overused, and is most effective when balanced with hand-drawn tone, like hatching. Another important thing to remember when drawing in the manga style, of course, is your art style. There's a lot of freedom with style, but I think the trick is to find the balance between realism and cartoonish drawing. But if you're good at drawing realistically, then go ahead and be the next Boichi. But I like to think that the manga style is just simplified realism, which allows artists to exaggerate and express themselves freely. Also, keep in mind your inspiration, like the art style of the manga you're currently reading. Now, of course, I'd be lying to you if I told you that there's one manga style. All the greats have their own unique styles, and that's what makes them the greats. Make sure you're not too fixated on trying to draw like one specific art style you like, but instead implement features from many different artists to form your own art style. But if you think your style isn't manga enough, just come back to this video and go over all the previous tips that I mentioned. Also, the last thing I want to mention is your reference. Reference boards are very handy, and I recommend Pinterest for this. Remember to use references of real life as well as the art from your favourite manga, or panels or art styles, which you have seen and inspire you to draw like them. As you can see here, I clearly haven't added any real life reference images, but don't worry, I have some saved in another board, and I plan to add more. Here's an example of how I'd lay out references, and I urge you to take out the time to do something like this as well. Hope you guys found this video helpful, and feel free to let me know if you did in the comment section below. Also, feel free to ask any questions since I'm always happy to help, and who knows, I may make a video going into more details based on your question. Anyway, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified when I release a new video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.